If you're new to this channel, I invite you to follow and subscribe to my channel if you like to see more of my content. And if you like my content, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. And leave your thoughts and feelings in the comment section below. I really truly appreciate everything that you write and share with me. Yeah. So first of all, thank you for all the support and for all the comments and your thoughts, for sharing your thoughts and feelings in most of my videos, that I produce. I truly appreciate all the honesty and for entrusting me with your stories, and especially with the topics that are really like difficult to talk about, and for you to have the courage to share them. It's very how should I say, it's very nice and meaningful for me, because it's like a confirmation. It's not like I'm seeking validation or what, but it's like a confirmation that I'm not alone in this journey anymore. And I know that I will be lying to you if I say, oh, I'm completely healed and I have mastered everything that I've told you or shared with you, all the lessons that I have shared in my episodes and all that. Honestly, these are the same words. These are the same words and thoughts and feelings, lessons that I like to keep for the rest of my life, because these lessons have been very vital and pivotal in shaping me into become a better me. Especially with this journey, like sharing sharing all these stories with you online, and just talking to you right like this, and for me to have that feeling of being comfortable with even sharing that with you. And because I have a Scorpio moon, it's really hard. It has been hard for me to really just tell you what my thoughts are and feelings. And in the last few years, it has been like a journey, quite an adventure for me, because it hasn't been an easy thing for me to share. But with all the circumstances, uncontrollable circumstances, a lot of plot twists in life, life forced me to change, because I have to change for the better. I have to change because of love, because I love my family, I love my husband, I love my sister, I love my husband, I love my parents, I love my family, relatives, I love my friends, I love all those people. I love you. I love you. I mean, because of love, I'm trying to really dig in deeper with this one and try to integrate all the lessons, like slow down and being relaxed and just be, like loosen up. All these words that I've been sharing with you in the last couple of videos have been the same lessons that I want to integrate in my life. Because just so you know, before I was like I was in a Virgoic schedule, like Virgo people, just push and have deadlines set, and just over analyzing things to the point like it's paralyzing. And I don't mind it, because I rather have my projects perfect before even executing it, or not even have the guts to even try them, because it's like I fear to be misjudged. I fear to be to have my work seen as a flaw or imperfect. And yeah, so because of that, like it wasn't an easy change for me to really just, okay, I can't just continue doing this for the rest of my life, because I can't, like, life is so full of surprises. That it limits me to just be like to just stuck myself within deadlines when life is so big and complex. There's a gazillion chances of your plans to be changed and reorganized, because of life is a pot of surprises, and you don't know. It's like Aquarius, you don't know what's inside the pot. You just know that, okay, water is coming out, and water is coming out of the pot, but you don't know what Aquarius is actually holding. What is it? A pot of what? Blood, water, oil, fragrance, mirror. You just know that, okay, this is water. So in the same case, similarly, it's just like I don't want to live my life like that. Like, okay, I will just overflow with water, and water is emotions. So if you know tarot, then water symbolizes emotions, intuition, or you just yin. You like you water, you just flow in life. But if the water is just gushing and you have no control of the water, then it will become a flood. Okay, it will become a flood. It will destroy properties. It will destroy agricultural lands. It destroys lives. It kills people. It breaks families. It breaks down society. So if you actually know what pot you have, and if you actually know what's inside the pot and how to control the water, then you can just pour the water without even just thinking, oh, will it be perfect? Will it have a cool this speed? Are you trying to control it too much, where it's just you just fear holding the pot, which is not making sense, because you are like Aquarius, your responsibility is to pour the water. So your responsibility is to pour emotions. And in my case, I have Scorpio moon, so for sure it's water, like burning water. Because if you're a Scorpio moon, and if you're watching this, and even if you're Scorpio sun, so if you have a lot of Scorpio in your system, you understand what kind of water we're holding. Okay, this is either the kind of water that heals, or the kind of water that destroys people. And it's up to you to decide which way you like to be. Will you become the water that destroys lives, or you become the water that builds and transforms lives? And it's not just the same, like it's not just, okay, water. What about the earth, the air, and the fire, the four elements, which creates the balance, okay? So I'm not talking of Legend of Aang, or I'm not a fan of, I like Legend of Aang, but what they're saying is true. This, like Mother Gaia has four forces, constant forces. You have fire, earth, air, and water. And if you don't know how to control these elements, or these are imbalanced for whatever reasons, so that's why we're here now, destroyed, damaged. Because if you have too much air, too much thinking, too much overthinking, air is mind. So it's like, oh, you have a lot you're like an unhealthy toxic Virgo, or you're like a toxic Scorpio, where you just push, and deadlines. We're about the deadline system, Saturn, unhealthy Saturn. So I mean, and then if you have like fire, the fire's yang, the wand in the tarot. So you have the wand, so it's just action, like Aries, push until, or Capricorn, like you just, hard work, persistence every day, even if you're tired, even if your body's calling you to just chill, man, chill. You're sleepy, you're thirsty, man, you're hungry. Can we just have a recess first, and can we just eat pizza? Or you've been working this week so much. Can you just sit down there on the couch and just indulge with Netflix series for the whole weekend? Or like emotions, like what I said before, like if you have a moon in water sign moon, I mean, like Pisces, Scorpio, and if you have an imbalance of water, like you have too much water in your system, then you just be driven and drowned by your emotions, even if it doesn't make sense. Like you're just pissed at someone, you're just pissed because I'm heartbroken. At least you have reasons why you're heartbroken. Anyway, is it enough for you to chunk a whole day resenting, sulking in your room? Or is it something that, okay, I can handle this? So it's like you feel bad because someone pissed at your entry door, or you're pissed because your coworker didn't listen properly to as high as you're mourning for the loss of your family. So these are emotions, the spectrum of emotions, from the little thing to the big thing. So if you don't know how to handle your water, then you'll have problems dealing with life in terms of your emotionality. So which is my problem. I remember when I was a TG president, my moderator told me, you can't run the whole council with emotional instability. And she was right. But at that time, I didn't realize it. It was just, okay, fine, I don't like to discuss it anymore. But she was right. Like, I can't run the whole organization with leading thousands of students under my term if I run it like this with, like, being damaged. And it's hard. It was hard, but I managed it. And it was like, for me, a reflection. For me now that, like, it's been more than 10 years since I had that term and I had that experience. It's been more than 10 years, but you see, like, the impact of it, and it causes so much that until now, I'm already in my 30s, but I still remember those lines, dialogues, because, like, you will know that this particular event has marked you in some way or another, because until now, you're still thinking about it. Okay? So, if that's the case of the water, then how about the earth? Earth, if you have too much earth, like you're a Capricorn, Virgo, Libra. If you're Capricorn, for example, you have too much earth in your system, or you have an imbalance with too much earth in your planning, for example, in your life, then you will be like a toxic Capricorn, a toxic Virgo. And no, what is earth? Capricorn, Virgo. Virgo is earth. Air, Gemini, Libra. Anyway, so if you have too much earth, like too much earth in your system, then that means you're like what I said before, like you're like the toxic Capricorn, where you're a toxic Capricorn. You're just about hard work and persistence without really considering if you're tired and all. So what I'm trying to say now is, all of us, that's why we have a saying, you are the universe, because you're part of the universe, because you have the universe in you. We think that this is a cliche, and it's like an exaggeration of our role in this whole wide universe. But the point is, you have to realize that this is true, because all of us have solar systems in our bodies. We have Saturn in us, we have Mercury in us, Venus, and each of these planets playing a role in depending on the houses where it sits. It affects the way you live your life. And because all of us have unique codes, that means we cannot compare ourselves with others. There's no way for us to compare each other with others, because you are unique. I am unique. I mean, I will learn from you, you will learn from me, but in the end, you will create your own modality out of this. You will create your own principles and beliefs in life. You will create your own truth, and I encourage you to do that. Do not copy me. I'm not encouraging you to follow me and copy me. I'm not even aspiring to be a leader of some sort, because I did it once and it was a headache. It was a memory for me. Like, it was like, for me, the very extra introvert trying to lead 1,000 people. It's just amazing to have that experience in my life, but it's not something that I like to do again. And even if I do, I don't like to be in that state where I was just imbalanced, where too much water, too much land, too much earth, too much air, and too much fire. So yeah, fire, about like Sagi, Aries, and Leo. And if you have too much, let's say if my descendant is in Leo. So that means my insecurity revolves around attention, being the leader. So if I feel like I'm losing control with my life, or if I feel like I'm not the sun in the solar system anymore, then this will trigger something in me. So yeah, I mean, life is all about balance, balance, balance. And that's what I got in the last few days when I meditated and I wrote it in my journal entry, where today I got the first thing in the morning, I got 3. In your numerology, 3 means balance. So body, mind, and spirit, Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So that means like it's not up like, yeah, for sure we have a lot in mind. So like Gemini, what else? What did I say? Now I forget. So you have the air. So the fire is in your action, okay? And then earth is how steadfast you are, how like your organization, systems, rules, something tangible on earth. So what else? Like in the wind, air, that means like ideas, intellect, theories, and whatever. What else? And then water is about emotions. So all of us have these elements playing in our system. So which means we are tasked to balance them. That's why we are the stewards of Mother Gaia, because all of us have earths in us. All of us have fire in us. And that's like the earth's mantle, okay? All of us have fire, that core mantle in us. All of us have wind, air in us. That's why we fart. That's why we burp. That's why our joints crack, because this joint have air in there and it needs to be released. That's why we have tummy problems and we need to remove the air of the body. That's why if we try to satisfy earth, then we loosen up our deadlines, loosen up our plans and deadlines and systems, and loosen up the just law, because we make the law. We love the law. We like to be disciplined, for sure. There's nothing wrong with being disciplined, okay? You're a very disciplined person and I admire it. But if it's too much, nah, no thanks. And if you have too much air, you're just overthinking things without even trying it, okay? You're just overthinking what will happen if I say this, what if. It's just what if, without even trying to say, okay, without the fire, okay, let's take action, try it. Plan A, B, C, D, bis, Z, umlaut, okay? And then you have okay, umlaut. If you're German watching this, and anyway, so that's how I kind of balance my thing, and that's how I kind of want to integrate all the lessons that I have shared with you in the last couple of episodes. And I know that this is like abstract and philosophical, and I don't care what you think of me. Honestly, okay, I don't care what you think of me, because I believe that you have discernment. I believe that you are a critical thinker. I don't want to feed you with information and all you need to do is just believe and follow everything that I say. I want you to be critical, okay? Because that's what we're losing these days, okay? And critical thinking is vital for being human, because how can we decide this is right and wrong if we're even losing our moral compass? If we're losing the common sense, and what kind of animal are we? If chimpanzees know what is right and wrong, if the lions know what is right and wrong, and humans now are testing, stretching the right and wrong in the guise of law. So, yeah. And if you understand what I'm trying to say in the last couple of minutes, thank you so much for your time. And I appreciate the space, the mental space that you provided for me. And I know this is a random thought, but I like to share this with you because I feel like this is something that I need to share with you today. And yeah, I mean, life has been tough on us. Life has been so brutal on us. But imagine Earth. If you balance Earth, when you encounter the bad things in life, if you have a stable Earth, then you can hold Earth in its place. You see, if Earth is lousy, then all of us will be flying all over space. I mean, we don't have like stable tectonic plates. We will not have like a stable shelter to live, because the Earth is just so unstable. So all of us will be flying to Mars if Earth is unstable. But imagine that Earth inside you, if you're so unstable, okay? And if Earth is unstable, then the rest of the elements are unstable. Because if the tectonic plates, imagine the eruption of volcano, if the tectonic plates move, so Earth is unstable, okay? Then when the Earth is unstable, then you provoke fire. You have volcanoes rising, geysers. You have all the eruptions around. And what happens when the eruptions go up? Then the Earth, the winds create a sudden change. So that resulted, for example, Mount Pinatubo reduced a degree, a Celsius degree, 1 to 2 Celsius degrees deeper from the usual temperature all over the world. Okay, it was just a one event, but it caused sudden change. And you know what happens if there's a sudden change in temperature, right? 1 degree Celsius higher, then we're down, we're sinking. If we're one degree lesser, then we will have more snow and glaciers or whatever. So if there's an imbalance of everything, everything is affected. So if you don't know how to balance all of these things in your body as a vessel of your soul, then what kind of life will you have? If your mind, if the air in you is telling you this is what you can achieve, then it is up to you to figure out how to balance the rest of the elements if your air is trying or start to dream, because dreams is air. Dreams, ideas, intellect, theories, whatever, opinions, these are air. Air. Like I'm telling you, this information is air. It came from my air, okay? And now you're receiving it, now you're feeling it. That's the water forming. Because when you heat up air, then you have condensation. And when there's condensation, what do you have? Water. So it's up for you. It's up to you how you will use these elements within you in response to what happened to you. It's either you will divert and transform, alchemize what happened to you. If let's say all of like childhood trauma, like in my case, I have childhood trauma, I have all the trauma in me, but I don't want these things to keep my earth unstable. Because I know when I have unstable earth, unstable emotionality, water, air, and fire, then I will have imbalance and I will not be treating my family, my loved ones right. And because I don't want that to happen to me, and because I don't want that story as my retirement story. I don't want to die as an old grumpy old lady, hated by my nephews, nieces, down to my next of kins. I don't want them to hate me for, like, I can't control everyone, like I can't control their emotionality and opinions about me, but I don't want them to hate me because I did something wrong. So I don't care if they hate me because they're insecure, okay? If they hate me because I'm rich or popular, or she's so brutal or whatever, brutally honest, then I don't care. But if it's like, they hate me because I said something wrong, I insulted them, I destroyed their souls by bullying, by whatever. Air. Bullying is a combination of what? Air, because you throw words, and then you smack the person, that's fire. And then what? Water. You feel good, the other one is not feeling good. So I hope this message is clear, although it's been like a lot of symbols and a lot of astrology in this episode, but this is how I study myself. Because for me, the best way, one of the best tools that I have at my disposal when it comes to learning about myself and improving my self-awareness is looking at the stars. If you don't know where you're going, if you don't know yourself, then look at the stars. Look above. Because as above, so below. So what you see in the stars, it's happening on earth. It's happening in you. Because every little change in this world will start inside you. It will start inside you. So how you will balance all of these things, all of these elements, will create ripple effects. And each ripple effect, what happens? Got it right. Change. Change. No matter how small the ripple effect is, you create change. And because this is what you want in life. You don't want to be the bastard. You don't want to be an ass. You don't want to be a bae to your family. Then it's up to you to decide, okay, time's up, man. I have to change for the better, for the best, for the future self, the best future self that you deserve, for the best future that you own and it's meant to be yours. So I hope that this message is clear, and I know that I'm keeping you too long. And I hope that, it's a lot of things to say, but this is like a congested thing, and it's like a reflection for me. A reflection and a self-introspection at the same time while looking on the streets of Via and while we're doing something else for the rest of the day to survive. So this is a survival thing, and like just because you're surviving doesn't mean that everything should be suffering. Okay, so I hope that this is clear, and I hope this message resonates with you. And if it does, leave your comments, thoughts and feelings in the comment section below. And if you'd like to know more about me, all the links that you need to know are in the description below. So I hope that everything's clear, and if you have any questions and concerns, leave them in the comment section below, and see you in the next one. Cheers!
Makes the dead rise and become zombies.